standards. You know what I mean? And then we'll go for it. I reckon we've got about 10 minutes. So if we do sort of 10, 10, well, we could do, if we can do 10, 10, 10, it'd be great. Just so we can get the ad breaks in, if you know what I mean. I need my haircuts. I'm going to get it cut this afternoon. Yeah, I'm going to. But trust me. What? Yeah! I used to have a Ziggy haircut. I used to have a Bowie Ziggy haircut. Bowie, when he had the Ziggy bright scarlet, it was that colour. Yeah. That's when I was at school. Teachers didn't like it much, but then I was a bit of a bugger. Not that actually I was a good bugger, not a bad bugger. I was a bit cheeky, and I wasn't really naughty. Although I did nearly get done for fraud. I was about 14. The thing is, right? They decided that they were. I really do. That's going to sound really weird to people watching YouTube, watching us on YouTube or Mixcloud, because I've actually had to mute the music, because when I did a live stream on YouTube yesterday, and it went, oh no, and it's blocked the audio. So I'm going to have to re-up it with the audio taken out. Anyway. For those, if you're watching on YouTube, yes, we're streaming live on YouTube and Mixcloud. Go to Bay Radio Spain on YouTube, and you can see us here. There's me, Dougie, and I am here with my special guest today. It's Lelia Hypnosis.
Yes,
That's
is.
Not even your real name.
That is not my real name. Well, the first one is.
Yeah, well, the first one.
Lelia.
First one, obviously.
It's Miss Lelia.
Miss Lelia, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful.
I know. I was just thinking that.
I was going to ask, how are you as well? But
Oh,
I just
I'm
thought I'd
wonderful too.
own it, how wonderful I am.
No, it's been a while. It's been a while since we've done this.
I know.
We used to do this quite regularly, Lily.
We did.
But
until...
I think what we should do is perhaps have a bit of a recap of what it is you do. Just so you know, Lelia Hypnosis won't make me cluck like a chicken and
Well.
well, I don't
Without hypnosis, I would.
Maybe. So no, let's have a recap of what exactly you do with hypnosis.
Okay. So my name's Lelia. I am a clinical hypnotherapist, an RTT therapist, and I do hypnotherapy sessions. And what the point of hypnosis is that sometimes we're completely unaware of some of the issues, some of the causes for why we have anxiety when we're out in public, why we feel the need to numb ourselves every single day. And with hypnosis, we can access your subconscious mind and put you into a very relaxed state where you are still fully in control, and figure out what is it throughout your childhood that caused you to have depression, that caused you to have eczema, that caused you to have erectile dysfunction, that caused you to have lots of different
things. About that?
I know, I'm so sorry. Client information. I'm joking. But there are always causes, for emotional causes, for why we are affected by these things. And with hypnosis, we can figure that out and not only have the understanding, but also to let that go, to let go of these old imprints that we made when our dad, our mom, our teacher shouted at us and we were ashamed and we felt like we were worthless and we were not enough, or we were whatever it was that we felt, and how that affected us as adults. Because all of these scenarios, whether they're small or big, have an effect on our day-to-day life as adults. Also in relationships, money is a big one. Why certain people are better at dealing with money than others. We need to look at our parents. What are the beliefs that we took on from our parents about money, and heal that so that we get better with it, because it's a huge cause for stress, anxiety, depression. I am the solution. You are the solution.
Right, but how do you go about fixing somebody that's broken in some way?
Fixing? Yes. How dare you? Well, okay. I know you didn't really mean that, but yeah, we do feel like we're broken. And what I do in the sessions is I hypnotize my clients into a state that they're very open, that we're just a little bit more raw, and we go back to memories and scenes of the past. Mm-hmm. So let's say your issue is anxiety. I'm going to regress you back to a memory that caused you a feeling of fear, unsafety, anxiety, and so on. And then we're going to go and analyze that scene and take away all of those beliefs that aren't true, because children always blame themselves. If you shout at your child because you're in a bad mood and you don't tell your child afterwards, I'm sorry, darling, that wasn't you, that was because of me, that child is always going to think, I'm a bad child because my mummy screamed at me because I didn't do blah, 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 blah. And so that's what we need to change. We need to heal your inner child, and we do that by reprogramming your subconscious mind. And this isn't done with woo-woo. This isn't some strange thing. This is me speaking to you, and with the repetition of being in hypnosis and listening to these new beliefs that we want to ingrain over and over and over again, you change and you shift and you let go of old beliefs, and you'll notice that, oh, I don't feel anxious anymore when meeting new people. Oh, I don't feel this intense need to have a beer straight after work, because I feel complete within myself. Because we're not broken, we're not burdens, we're not we're not these broken beings. We are whole. We just believe that we're not, because that's what we picked up when we were children. That's the impression that we made.
And how do you conduct your hypnosis?
So I do it in person in my office on the Cumbre del Sol, very relaxing. And it takes around 2 hours in a session. And at the end of the session, every client gets their own personalized hypnotic audio that they listen to every single day, whenever they please, whenever it suits them. And with that repetition, that's where we're ingraining this new, who do you want to be, Dougie? I want to be confident. I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to feel this and this and this. And those are the things that I put into your personalized hypnotic audio. And that is what will become ingrained within you. And whatever you believe is, right? So if you believe that you're going to get treated badly, you believe that you're going to be judged for who you are, then you will be judged for who you are, then you will be treated badly. But if we change your beliefs, then your whole life will change because people will match what you believe.
So really, really, it is true. We are in control of our own destiny.
Yes. Yes.
And we are what we think.
We are what we think. Yes. And we can change that. But I feel like a lot of people, they go to counselors, hypnotherapists, therapists, healers, and like, I need to be healed, cure me. It's not me curing you, you're curing you. You can be your own therapist on a daily basis. And it's not that I'm giving you the answers to who you are. I'm just helping you find your own source of love, because I don't want my clients coming back to me for a long period of time, because I don't want them dependent on me to find internal peace and love and authenticity. I want them to have the tools to become their truest self, no matter who it is, no matter what they've done, no judgment, just for every person to feel love for themselves. And if we feel love for ourselves, then we will treat everyone around us with more love and respect and kindness. And we need to start young. We need to start with our kids or children, and also with our inner children. It always sounds a bit strange, like, oh, my inner child. Ooh. But it is. We are. When we have a tantrum, I know so many people that have road rage, and they were driving behind someone, and there's a cyclist or someone pulls out, and they lose their temper, the amount of swear words. And in that moment, that's a tantrum. That's a child reacting to that. Why? Why? It's not the personality that a person is angry and they get easily triggered. No, there's a reason for it. There's a hurt there. What hurt this person so much that something so small can affect them for that? We need to go within ourselves and say, how does this reflect back in my childhood? Was my mom or my dad impatient? Were they short with me? Was I hurt? What is it that I was feeling when I was a little child? What is it that I believe about myself? And slowly start to change that.
So you pretty much dig deep
Yeah.
and help people actually identify what it is.
Yeah, because it's so easy nowadays to distract ourselves. And I am very much guilty of it at times, right? When the world is a beautiful place, but it's also a place filled with hurt and sadness and disappointment, but there's also light and joy and beauty. And when life gets too much, we don't want to deal with it anymore. And I dealt with it with addiction. That was my way of coping. That wasn't because I was broken, or anyone with addiction. It wasn't because you don't have any morals, or because you're weak, or it's something to do with your personality of who you are. It's not that. It's, how do I cope with life? I want to numb myself. Other people do it with cake. Other people do it with relationship. They go from one relationship to another because they do not want to be present. And getting in the car, putting music on, getting in the house, Alexa, play Netflix. It's constant distractions from us being in the now, in this body, in this present moment, and feeling. If I've been dumped, if I've been broken up with, if I've been rejected, if I've been punished or shamed, I don't want to feel that. That's intense. The anxiety, the feeling, the pressure, people don't want to feel. So we go to social media, we go shopping, we go and get off our rockers on whatever, and then we get surprised because we're not moving forward. We keep attracting the same scenarios. I don't have money, I can't save, I have a bad relationship, I'm not respected at work, blah, blah, blah. We need to do different things. We need to change. And for you to change, you need to become aware. And yes, it's hard, it's painful to heal, because we need to sit with our feeling and just feel it. But when you've got a therapist, a hypnotherapist, whoever it may be, preferably with me, then you've got someone there, in that moment of feel the pain, the sadness, the disappointment, let that out, and then be able to start fresh again and say, oh, that's not who I am because my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother rejected me. that is there. That is them. That's not a reflection on my worth or on my value. And that is what we need to learn. Because no matter what you look like, no matter what you weigh, no matter how much money you have on your account, no matter how many debts you have, you are enough just as you are in every single way. And you have the potential to be the most outstanding person you ever want to be. But you need to do something about it. We can't just sit, watch Netflix, or I keep banging on about Netflix. I love Netflix. Sorry, Netflix. I apologize.
Yeah,
my bad.
I was going to say, are you on commission?
No. Oh, yes, sorry. 50 cent, ping, ping. But no, but we have this expectation, like, I want to be different. Then do something different. Be brave and courageous and say, I want to heal now. But we have to be courageous to do that and just say, do you know what? I want to let go of my ego. I need help. I'm struggling. Can someone help me? And there's a lot of free platforms. YouTube is a wonderful platform where you can find meditations, hypnosis, all sorts of different documentaries that do help. Every little nugget of wisdom about you becoming aware of yourself will help you grow as an individual, as a partner, as a father, mother, however you may identify. And that's the goal, right? We just want peace. Everyone just wants to be at peace.
All right, well, listen, we'll take some questions. If you've got any comments or questions, you can do so via WhatsApp on 684 455 844. We are streaming live on YouTube and Mixcloud at the moment, and of course on Bay Radio for audio, your listening pleasure. So, yes, we'll be back, actually, in just a couple of minutes. Remember, 684 455 844 on WhatsApp if you want to get involved. If you're listening and watching on YouTube, we'll be back in just a moment. Stay with it. Thank you. Afternoon, it's Bay Radio and on YouTube as well. That was our track of the Bay today. That was the new one from Zara Larsson, which we were just discussing about. If you're watching us via YouTube or Mixcloud, you wouldn't have got that because we've had to kind of mute the music audio because they keep telling us we're infringing licenses and stuff. So we're going to be careful. Just for
respect.
Now.
Have some respect.
Have a bit of spec, yeah. Now, that's Zara Larsson. She's got a new album coming out soon. But that's very Blinding Lights.
It is.
It's very The Weeknd Blinding Lights. And, there's a lot of this 80s business going on.
Yep.
Let's recreate the 80s sound. Why not? I like. Anyway, where were we? We were in the middle of something there.
Yes, we were.
Yes. Can you remember where we got to?
Not really, because we've been speaking about 80s music just now. I was talking about how we need to learn to become our own therapist and learn to heal ourselves and become aware of our actions. And what I like to say is pop that ego bubble, because a lot of arguments, a lot of bitterness and resentments are because we cannot let go of being wrong, or we cannot let go of our ego and our pride and just say, you know what, I'm sorry, or I'm going to let this go. I want to forgive. And there is a lot of talk about you need to forgive to heal. That's not necessarily true. You cannot be forced to forgive someone.
Right.
You have to want to forgive. But it is so vital that we learn to become our truest selves, and we need to heal by doing that and not run away from our problems by doing lots of naughty things.
Don't know what you mean. So now if somebody wants to know more about what you do, and where can they find you?
Everywhere. I am everywhere.
Okay.
It's honestly, that's what it feels like. Social media. I have so many accounts. So you can find me on Instagram, Lelia Hypnosis, on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube.
Oh, you're on the LinkedIn as well.
I am. I've neglected it.
I have
so
too.
Sorry, LinkedIn.
I do have one. I don't think I've visited it for about 2 years.
I'm going to do that later and visit yours just to have a little look.
Yeah, I've no idea what it's got.
Well, that's why. Nice little bit of blackmail.
I'm going to have to go and check it out, that's for sure.
And my website, leliahypnosis.com, and on YouTube I have got a lot of videos on different topics. So if you're struggling with a certain topic, go have a look. There are a lot of videos on addiction and on anxiety. And the wonderful thing is that there's also some free hypnotic audios on there as well, obviously, because YouTube is free. So it's wonderful. That's what I was saying about free platforms, that we need to, if you don't have the money to go to a therapist, then there are other options out there, We need to take that step and just stop being a wuss and say, I want to heal. How badly do you want to get out of that situation that is affecting you right now? The anxiety, the depression, the PTSD, the trauma, the fears, because everything that we have is based on fears. The fear of being judged causes anxiety. The fear of being abandoned causes codependency and toxic relationships, insecurity, and so on. Fear of not having enough, not being enough, not having enough money. Everything is related back down to fear. We need to work on the fear. So you need to let go of your fear and find the right therapist for you, or psychologist, counselor, whatever tickles your pickle.
Sorry,
whatever floats
I've
your
never heard
boat.
that one before.
Really? I use it all the time.
Well, I tell you what. Now I'm having that.
Do you want to hear another one?
Go on.
Whatever puts jam in your donut.
No, I like that as well.
Yeah.
That one's good. So whatever tickles your pickle.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, no, that one I have heard.
I love that one.
Yeah, no, that's good. Now we've got sidetracked.
Yes, but that's what you need to find someone that you feel that you can trust and open up to. And sometimes actually family isn't always the best choice, because we're so open with judgment, right? Because we know each other so long that I can tell you everything that I think about you. You're my brother, and I'm just going to, and so sometimes it's better to go to someone outside that has no opinions, that you can just be truthful with and get onto the healing horse.
They're coming out thick and
I made that
fast.
one up. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, but
It's very spontaneous.
That's one of the best ones yet.
I know.
Healing horse. Nay.
I said something the other day about calm your horses or calm your donkeys. I said this to someone and they were like, what? It's like, yeah, calm your donkeys. Like, what is that expression with horses? Like, you calm your horses?
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
I don't think it's that. I think that's what anyway, whatever. I make up my own words. I'm not English, so
Well, they're
I
brilliant.
have an excuse.
I love him. Tickle your pickle is pretty clever. But calming your donkeys as well.
Calm your donkeys,
Yes.
get present, find a therapist, whoever that you can be honest with, especially with addiction. Because and not just we all addicts, everyone. And I go where anyone says, I genuinely believe we all have something that we depend on, that we're all selling our bodies for money so we could watch television. That's my addiction. I'm watching television. No, but we all have something that we depend on to fulfill us, to make us happy, right? And I think we need to be honest with ourselves. If we're struggling, if we don't know where else to turn, then we need to say that and acknowledge that. And if you don't do it with someone else, then say it to yourself, like, I am in pain. I don't want to be here anymore. How do I get out of this? Do I want to live? Do I want to have a happy life? Or do I want to suffer for the next 15 years and then end my life in misery? We need to just be raw and open, and you can do that in so many different ways. When I went through my journey, and I am still healing, everyone needs to continue to heal. It's good to have a little break between it, but my journey has been long, and they keep still discovering things, PTSD and all sorts of things that I didn't realize I had because they were masked by the addiction, because you just don't want to feel anything. And I think we all have pain. Everyone feels pain, right? And how do we deal with that? Do we run away from it? Do we go and sip a cocktail and not have to worry about it? Vino o'clock, like a lot of people say. Well, that can be okay momentarily, right? But that is not the solution, because you're going to always look for that one thing, no matter what it is, to give you the sense of numbing, of feeling happy again. And happy is just, that isn't what fulfills us. We need to feel absolute internal completeness and peace. And for you to do that, you need to unburden and vomit your emotional problems all over any therapist. Yes, I know it sounds very appealing. That's not what you'll be doing in the session, but you know what I mean. You get my drift.
I think I get what you mean.
Yeah. Tickle your pickle, float your boat. Yeah. It's all the same.
So don't forget, if you go to YouTube, particularly, I've noticed you've got lots of videos up there.
I do. On my German hypnotic audio, I've got near to 7,000 views. I was very proud of myself, I must say. But yeah, they're doing really well.
Perfect. Okay. So remember, if you get along to YouTube, that's Lelia Hypnosis. Google Lelia and you will no doubt see all the millions of platforms that she's on. But I particularly recommend the YouTube, because got quite a few bits up there.
Yeah, and very helpful.
And no doubt you'll have another one as well.
I will be. Yes. I'm in the process of making another one. I have taken my time with making a new video, but there's just so many topics that I want to talk about, and then putting that all in one video is just, I'd be talking to the end of time.
Right.
So
yeah, how do you compartmentalize what subjects you're gonna focus on?
My book.
You have your journal. Okay.
Yes, it has a lot of notes in this. Normally it's it's affecting me. Right. So if I'm feeling very triggered when it comes to, because I'm in recovery, and I feel like we always need to be very aware, and I'm very honest. If I'm feeling at all tempted, which doesn't happen often, but it can happen. And I think that's okay. We need to take the shame out of that, Just because I'm a therapist, I'm still a human being. And I can honor that and say, I'm really struggling today. I would really like to do this to get away from my feelings and not feel. So I work on that, and then I share and I live my purpose, which is helping people be free from whatever it is that's affecting them, because I work with every issue. If I feel like I can help someone, I won't work on anything that I'm like, well, that I'm not going to be able to help them. I will just be taking their money. I don't want to do that.
And particularly as it comes from a place of personal experience, you can speak with authority on a subject. So
I actually mentioned this in one of my videos, and I hope it's okay that I say it was about erectile dysfunction. And even though I'm not a man and I don't identify, right, I do identify in a way that in that moment the man cannot connect with their partner. Right? I've had a lack of connection with other people in whichever way, whether that's physically, emotionally, sexually, and so on. So I always find a way of connecting to the pain that my client goes through, and I always acknowledge that. We need to stop telling people what they need to feel, right? You may feel one thing when we're watching a scenario, and I might feel something completely different. Especially men and women, actually, we are very different. Why? We can still be equals, but we need to acknowledge that we are different, and that's okay, right? And it's also in relationships, I feel like we blame the other person because you did this. There's a way of speaking if you're really angry, don't speak about it. You're going to say something that you regret. Take a moment, walk away, drive away, do whatever, and then come back and talk about it and say, when you said this, I felt really hurt. I felt like I wasn't good enough for you. I felt like you don't really care about me, and so on, right? Then instantly the person is going to see that as different, right? Because you're not saying, you made me feel like I'm not good enough. No, I didn't. I just said blah, 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 and you're triggered by it. That's your wound, right? So I need to acknowledge that and say, when you said that, it made me feel like I wasn't good enough. And then instantly the conversation will be a bit different. Obviously, if you've got a partner that is, highly aggressive and raging and you can't have a conversation, then this example is not going to work. It won't make a difference if you change the words a little bit. But there are little things that you can change about yourself that will have effect in your relationship.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll talk some more in a moment. Let's have a bit of music in a sec.
Yeah.
That's Katy Perry, and I Kissed a Girl, and I liked it.
Ooh.
Yes, although the people on listening to Mixcloud YouTube wouldn't have heard that.
No, so they just think you're bantering, showing off about the girl that you kissed.
Talking about...
He's very proud.
Yes.
He finally did it.
Yes.
He got a kiss.
Yes.
It was great.
Hasn't taken long.
It was the cat.
Yeah, it was the dog. So, where were we? Listen, we've got about 10 minutes left. Not even that.
Okay, let me give you all my nuggets of wisdom.
Yes, please
summarised.
do. Yes, do. And don't forget to tell us where we can find you again.
Right, yes. You can find me on YouTube, leliahypnosis.com. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. And I seem to have a lot of people that like to WhatsApp me instead of going onto my website and booking. I do prefer it when people find that information on the website, but I am very happy to speak to anyone via WhatsApp as well. But yes, I was actually wanted to bring up a few little suggestions of things that you can start doing now, even if you're unsure, maybe you don't feel ready, maybe you don't trust that you can open up with someone and they're going to accept you for who you are, because it's hard when we start therapy and we don't know that other person. And how do we know that they're not going to share our deepest, darkest secrets with anyone? Well, legally, we're not allowed to unless you have done something very, very naughty. But yes, so when I have a lot of colleagues that suggest meditation to clients, and that is wonderful, and I also suggest this, but then they say 20 to 30 minutes of meditation. That's not going to work. If you don't meditate, you're not going to be able to do 20, 30 minutes of meditation. That's ridiculous. So why don't you start every single day? Set yourself that intention. Today, I'm going to meditate for 1 minute. Set yourself a timer, or for 2 minutes. Don't make it something that you're not going to be. Don't make your goals unreachable. I'm going to meditate for 2 minutes. When I mean meditate, this is what I mean. You sit down somewhere comfortable, preferably not laying down because you may fall asleep, and you have some relaxing music on, or you have no music, but with no vocals, no words. And you just close your eyes, and all you do is focus on your breath. So what you could do is, for example, I'm breathing in now, and as I'm breathing in, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, and just because our mind races and it's nuts, if we're just so many, I need to go here, I need to write this email, I need to pick up my son, I have so many debts, it's too much. We need to take a break from that so that we give our mind some time to give us the solutions, because we're constantly trying to find the solutions to whatever issue there is that day. How do I resolve this at work? How do I resolve this with my partner? Blah, 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 blah. And we don't give ourselves the chance to just be. We are human beings. Are you being? Are we being? We're not. We're not being. We are doing. We're human doings all the time. That's not what we're meant for. We're meant to be in this moment. And you can do that by just becoming present for 2 minutes. Once you've done that, do whatever you want, but give yourself very small tasks that you can fit into your day. Another thing that is minor. These aren't things that are going to magically, heal you, but they're things that make life better and easier. And that's what I want you to experience. Yeah. So on your mirror, write yourself a beautiful message. I change mine whenever I feel like it. Normally it's once a week. And then my son writes his as well. Underneath, you can do this with your children. You can do this with your partner. Take a pen, lipstick, whatever it is that you may or may not have. You may not have one if you're a man, or you may, who knows. And just write something beautiful, something that would mean something to you, not I am enough. Does that mean anything to you? No. Well, then don't write that. I feel seen, you are loved, you are heard, you are safe, Lelia, you glow like a radiant, whatever it is you want to write, bombard your mirror with it, because when you look in it, you're going to read that and it's going to have an effect on you. Also, you can write yourself little love notes. And I know this sounds a bit strange, and most men or women will probably be like, I'm not going to do that, But you can set a little alarm a week or two ahead. So that's what I do. Like, for example, for next week, on a random day, I think it's next Thursday, I've got a little message saying, you're doing so well, Angel, I love you. And that's for me. So then in the morning, I'm going to wake up like, life. And then I get this alarm saying, you're doing so well. And I might have a really bad day that day, or I might be having the most amazing day, and it will make my day even better. But what are we losing by that, right? It's tiny things that take seconds, but we need to start loving ourselves and be kind, because being ashamed and feeling repulsive, and a lot of it is weight and looks, because we're constantly comparing, especially with social media and these filters. I cannot stand these filters. It's really, really damaging for young kids, because they think, well, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, so I'm going to have to change my whole face and get plastic surgery and Botox and fillers, which is fine in moderation.
It's scary the way it's going, actually.
Yeah. It makes me very angry.
And the way influence.
Yes, it is. I want to be able to influence in a way that if you are overweight, whatever that is considered, however you consider that, but you own those curves, and you feel sexy and you feel amazing. Man, woman, doesn't matter, right? That we are all different. We have all different body types, and all the different diets that are out there, they're not all going to work for each person. And so we need to start accepting who we are, because you cannot run away from yourself. I'm going to move to Spain and start a new life. I'm going to buy a bar and everything's going to be different. It's not going to be different. You're taking yourself and your problems with you. Yeah. You need to change to have a more positive outlook and a more positive life.
And with that, I'd like to say hello to Greg at BRC, who's WhatsApped. He said, say hi to Lelia. I know her. And he said the saying is, hold your horses.
Hold your horses.
Of course it is. Oh, I need that.
Calm your horses. That's what I said.
Guess what, though? Calm your donkeys.
Calm your donkeys.
Much better.
Listen, Greg, you need to calm your donkeys.
Calm your donkeys, son.
That's so funny. I love it.
Brilliant. Well, I think we're at the end of our thingy now.
Right.
Which, it's gone really quick.
Yes, it has. Do you know what? I could talk to I was sending a message to my friend the other day, and I was saying something about loving public speaking and speaking on radio and so on. And I actually just think it's because I love the sound of my own voice.
But you do it so terribly well.
Yeah, well, you do. Let's try.
Right, listen, we must do this again sometime.
I would love to.
Definitely. Just quickly, one more time, if you want to know more about Lelia, you can go to leliahypnosis.com. All the info is there. She's a trained therapist. You can see all the...
My certificates are everywhere.
Exactly. Ask about her qualifications and what she can do for you.
Yes. Go book for free on my website, because you do get a free consultation. It's 20 to 30 minutes long. And, there's always ways to be able to help yourself, and maybe I can be that person. And
thanks to the viewers on YouTube.
Yes, thank you very much.
And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you.